JQ doing a paper issues challenge as part of the paper issues design team. I decided to work on the ScrapLift Sunday that was on the 19th. Beautiful, simple scrap lift with lots of fun layers, and I wanted to use my beautiful wildflowers and honey. I have this cute, adorable picture of my son going through all the brand new fishing bait that my husband got. They've been really into, he's old enough now that my husband's been giddy about it, my kid's been giddy about it. They've been loving the fact that they both love to go fishing and that he's old enough, and so it's a lot easier to take him on a whim whenever they want. So I'm just going through my papers, figured out what background I wanted to use, and then also deciding some mists. I was looking through my little swatch book I made as I organized my space, and just trying to figure out some layers. So I wanted to layer behind my photo, and one of those cards was like the perfect size, so I decided to grab one of those first. And so I'm just doing that now, just deciding, yep, I'm going to use that. I don't know when I would use lemons anyway, and if I have plenty of papers. I need to use them. Then also wanting to back it with another color and this beautiful pop of green, since my background is going to be that slightly grid pattern with the greens and blues, and I added a little bit more blue mist, which maybe you can't tell in the finished product, but it's enough little additive that I can tell where it's been added. I don't know if that makes sense, but so just toying with the idea. I had already picked out some ephemera, kind of went through it ahead of time, figured out what I wanted. I wasn't sure what my title was going to be, but just kind of looking through the stickers, I added, I had that scrap of the stripe, added that as another layer, and in the sketch there was a layer that kind of went bigger behind the photo, and this stripe layer is kind of like her beautiful like little vellum piece she has, or transparency that she has with the hearts on the right. So I decided I needed another a layer to make it a little bit bigger around the edge, and I wasn't sure which one to use, but I ultimately go with the script because I wanted another blue tone, but I didn't want it to be too much of a in-your-face contrast suddenly. More gradual from the background. So all the layers seem to go together and blend together, but not to the point where you can't tell that there's layers, but I didn't want them to be in-your-face layers either, if that makes sense. And I was liking how that was looking, so I'm going to glue those together. But then, well, I put it on crooked, so of course I thought I had it straight. Did not. So then I wanted to distress a little bit, and I didn't want to use a distressing tool. I didn't want to rip. I just wanted it to look like old paper. So I decide, after I spray my mists really quick, I'm just going to do a little bit of spritzing, just a little extra. You end up not being able to see a lot of it, but some of it you can. I'm using one of my water pens, like water brushes with the water in it, to wetten my edges, and then I'm just going to sit there and wrinkle it as it gets wet and kind of accidentally tear it a little bit and just crumple it up and give it a good weathered look. And I really like the way that turns out. All the edges. And I keep wanting to add one of these little cards over here, but I end up going with a circular shape instead. And so I also was looking at some of my stamps. I wanted to add some stamping and some embossing. I have some great Versamark black ink, and so I thought it'd be fun to clear emboss with the black ink, so the black really stood out. So I'm just going through my stamps, trying to figure out what I want to use. And so I decided I wanted to do, there's layers and strips on the left side in the sketch. So I wanted to use a stamp as one of those layers. So I got out this diagonal stripe and almost like a washi tape do a stripe down the side that barely peeks out after I put the paper down, but it's just enough of an impact that I love it. I'm testing the 2 different greens, and I had ice spruce and forest moss. I ended up going with the moss. It's a deeper green. There is like hints of that in the collection, and like in this paper, like up in the right hand corner, it matches that perfectly, and you can tell that now. So just stamped it down a line. I'm gonna add my other layers again here. Use some tape as a mask at the end so it didn't go all the way down. And I was really itching to use that scalloped border sticker. So that was like the main, when I saw that there was a scalloped edge in the ScrapLift, I gravitated towards this because I really wanted to use that. I love that. And it brings in a little shimmer, so then I can scatter shimmer throughout the rest of the layout. Wanted to add a little bit more stamping, just a little more at the top and bottom edge. There's this cute little, I think it's almost like grass, but not, I don't think it's supposed to be grass. It came in this little set with a little robot, and so I think it's just almost like little digital hash mark type things. So I'm just going to do a line of that on the top and the bottom just so it peeks out as another layer on my layout at the top and bottom. So I was just marking where it went, and now I'm stamping it. Just a nice black subtle, see, you can see it just adds just almost like a shadow. I love it. I love little touches like that to just add something to the layout that sometimes you didn't even know you were missing. And a lot of these I've never used. I've used the diagonal washi type one. I've never used that little hash mark one. I've never used this lovely little journal blocking one. I decided I'm going to heat emboss that because I need a little shine in my life down there. So get my heat tool out, grab my embossing powder. And my embossing powder, let me grab it while I'm thinking of it, so I can tell you what brand mine is. I don't remember off the top of my head. I want to say it's Ranger, but I think that's wrong. It is. I'm not wrong. I have their clear and their white, and they work pretty darn good, let me tell you. And then I'm taking a star that was also in that same little robot collection and going different places on where my photo mats are and around my layout, and doing that as well, and then heat embossing with the clear. So just doing the black Versamark and then clear embossing powder. It was fun to play with this and play with my stamps and my embossing powders, and I haven't done that in a while, and I need to more because I love doing it and adding little touches. So 3 different stamp sets were used, which is fun. You know, and ones that are probably typically made for cards. So I almost spilled my embossing powder like 7 times. I'm like, I need to get a better system with where I set things down. That's crazy. And then I decided one more layer just to add. So I decided to use some of the washi tape that comes in the Wildflowers and Honey collection. But I didn't like, even though it was a skinny one, I didn't like how wide it was, and I wanted to give it a little more roughness. So I decided to rip it in half, and painfully you get to watch me do that here, but it's not too bad. It's not too bad. I love my little lawn fawn. It's not really a caddy. It's like a little box right there on the right that you can see. They have this container now, and it kind of seals it up in there, and it keeps it wet a little bit longer. You can get one at Paper Issues at the store. I think there's a little bit of Wildflower and Honey left too, and the new Vicky Boone will be coming, and hopefully soon. I don't remember when she said it was going to ship or get there, but I'm excited for her new one. Is it Let's Wander? Yeah, I think so. All right, now getting back into the ephemera, wanting to create some clusters. I wanted to use these giant paper clips, but they just weren't they weren't sitting the way I thought they should. I decided to use Make Today Awesome, That Tomorrow Gets Jealous, the big circle, and that's where I'm going to start with kind of the circle theme for my clusters. Circle and greenery theme is kind of what I did. So I get rid of the big giant paper clip. I like that big circle that says that over there, and I like the way it sticks out, and I decided to add some leaves because we're all about the outdoors. And I want to incorporate circles into every cluster then. So I'm going to play with the sticker sheets and more ephemera and kind of just start layering up. I had decided that my title was going to be Adore This with those 2 stickers, stuck those down at the bottom, and just having fun layering up stickers and ephemera. I love when it just clicks and you just can go and yeah. So if you haven't gone to Paper Issues Friends and Fans Facebook group, I would go check it out. They have some amazing scrap lifts you do. Every Sunday is ScrapLift Sunday, so there's a new layout to ScrapLift for that month, and you can enter the challenges and win gift cards to the shop. And then, yeah, it's fun. So if you win a gift card at the end of the video, I'll show you I have a discount code for you that you can use for 20% off. My code is JQ22. If you don't make it all the way to the end of the video, that's okay, I guess. But yeah, they have some... Cassie and Kelly are really good. Cassie is the main lady at Paper Issues, and she's amazing. She works so hard and has awesome product, and then they produce awesome kits every month too. Like, so if you want to go check out a kit and just work off of a kit, they give you kind of a mixture of a lot of stuff that's out right now. So fun. Doodlebug is brand new and in the shop right now. Love Notes, I have some on its way to me to make Valentine's with my kiddo. I bought specific items to make Valentine's, so I'm excited for that. All right, now what was I still doing? Oh yeah, I found that frame. So I brought in a leaf of some kind in each of my 3 clusters around my photo. But then my journaling spot, I found a frame because I didn't like how it was just kind of standing there and didn't really tie in with anything. And then I found this frame with a leaf and it fit perfectly. I was like, oh, it was meant to be. And I love that sitting over on top of that. So just adding a few more things from the sticker sheet. So I have a little bit of that gold in each cluster as well. That holographic gold that was in that border strip, and making sure there's at least a couple circles in each one, and just kind of evening them out and playing, and I'm loving it. Adding a couple star stickers. I'll add a couple star stickers here and there to add a chipboard phrase up to that label. And then I'll do my journaling, and my journaling says, having a blast looking through the new fishing gear from the Guggen Squad. The Guggen Squad is a wonderful group of YouTubers that are all about fishing gear. And they have their own company, and we've always watched some other of their people, their group on their channels as a family, and we buy their product because it's great fishing bait if you're into fishing bait. But that'll, after I write my journaling, that's about it. And thanks for watching. Close-ups at the end, and then also my discount code. Thanks for watching. Bye.